a great guest coming on for us today. Talk about it.
Yes. Really, really excited about my man Takeo Spikes.
Takeo, what's up, baby?
A two-time Pro Bowler, two-time All-Pro.
Yeah.
And been in the league 14 seasons. Like, who does that?
That's a vet. That's what we call a vet. Old head.
Takeo, welcome to the Chris Webber Show.
Man, what's happening,
you on
man?
there?
That's what you call a seasoned vet.
That's right. Hey, let me ask you something, man. Let's get started first. What do you do for your traps and your neck? Because I want to wear my wife beaters right, homeboy, and I need to know what type of exercises. I mean, seriously, dog, what type of exercise? Get me right, man. I'm not joking. Get me right, homeboy.
See, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I never even realized like the size of my neck until I went to college, and it was mandatory that you had to wear a dress shirt. So I was like, all right, cool. I go, J.C. Penney or one of these stores and get a dress shirt. And
right.
I went and got the biggest size, which is an 18 in stores. And I tried to put that thing on, Doc, and I was choking myself, and I was like, damn. You know what I mean? So then I realized then that I had to, I said, I got to make it. But how did I get it to the size that it is? It's just, I used to do a lot of upright rolls, man. Upright rolls, and then, do a lot of neck exercises. Because I was told, I never went for the look, but I was told that, if you make sure your neck's strong, then you're going to have better solid hits, and you don't have to worry about having a neck injury. So that's what I was going for.
Wow, and I know we're gonna get into the Super Bowl, but I'm a fan, brother. So I'm gonna divert real quick. Now, when you talk about the hits, what do you think about the way that that you guys can hit now? I mean, I know it's the rules, but is this something that's hard to adjust to, or is this something that you don't like the new rules of hitting? What do you actually think about it from somebody that's known for putting people down in the dirt?
Yeah, I think the new rules suck. It's bad, man, because I sat on the competition committee for several years, and when they was trying to find ways to implement this rule, and my main concern then is still the same thing now. Don't put it into a ref's hands to say whether or not this guy's lunging, because we as athletes, C-Web, every generation, every decade, you're going to see a different type of athlete. They become bigger, faster, stronger. So, nobody is out there really trying to, hurt anybody intentionally. But, at the same time, you can't tell a guy who has a clean shot on somebody that, okay, he must think that I can't hit above the neck, but then I can't hit, below the waist. I mean, that's too ideal. The game is not to be played like that. It's just reacting. And I think that's when you had a big plays, exciting plays, because we as athletes just react.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Since we're talking about these hits,
Love
let's
it.
get
Love
into
it.
the hits that the G-Man defense was giving them and led them to that victorious Super Bowl win.
Shanti had everybody out there. She picked. She had the G-Man. She been talking about it. I had the Patriots.
You know what? I picked the G-Man, too, because I just knew defensively. You think about the Patriots team, those guys are a vertical pass and threat football team. Big plays. If you look throughout that entire game, you look at the stat sheet, he never completed a pass over 20 yards. And the one pass that he did have that could went over 20 yards, Wes Welker dropped. And I knew a big part of that had to do with the defensive line of the Giants. We all know when Tom Brady gets pressured, when he gets hit, he's not going to be throwing for 300 yards. And at the same time, he forces balls, which causes balls to be intercepted, tipped, or fumbles start to happen after that. So that's the real reason I went with the Giants, and I think that's why they pulled it out.
Let's talk about how Eli Manning has matured as a quarterback. And, obviously, for some time, I think in the league, he was overshadowed by his big brother, Peyton. But now Eli's the man. He got 2 rings. He got a ring up on his brother. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and you know what? See, I have barbershop talk every day. And I tell the guys, that, some people really don't want to put this man in an elite class. Only 4 other quarterbacks have done it. Have won 2 Super Bowls. And I'm going to ask you guys, now. If somebody would have came up to you 7 years ago and said, who would have the most Super Bowl rings out of Eli and Peyton? What would you have said?
Peyton. All day.
Peyton.
All
You
day.
probably would not ever even consider Eli to win one, but to win two, that's impressive. And if his career stopped today or even next year, he would definitely have to go on the first ballot for a Hall of Fame.
Got to.
I got another question. What do you think about, at the end of the game when Bradshaw scored that touchdown and he hesitated? Did you agree with what they decided to do, just given the time that was left and everything?
He said he stopped. He said he tried to stop on the one, and his momentum kind of carried him in the end zone.
He wanted that touchdown.
Yeah, right.
But you know he wanted that touchdown, though.
Yeah, he wanted that. In the Super Bowl, I'm not stopping at the 1 yard line, Coach.
Right.
Yeah, so, I agree with it both ways. If you had a defense that was, softer than hot banana pudding out there, then you better tell him to stop and waste more time on the clock. Because you don't want to give those guys the opportunity with Tom Brady back there to go vertical down the football field.
Absolutely. Did you guys know that this Super Bowl was actually the most watched show in TV history? According to Nielsen, it had over 166.8 million viewers. Not the most watched Super Bowl, the most watched TV show.
That's crazy.
In history.
That's what I don't know how they call baseball America's sport. I'm a football player, don't get me wrong. Basketball player. I love basketball, but it's nothing like football on Sundays, and so I'm not surprised with that. It should break
really
the record every year.
Team.
And especially, let me ask you this, big fella, TKO. Let me ask you this. And especially if my Lions go to the Super Bowl next year, we setting the world record. Am I right?
Yeah, you know where.
I hear you say that with too much. Give me what you think about my Lions, man. Just from somebody that plays football. I'm a fan, man. We haven't won a game. We won one playoff game since 1954. All I had was Billy Sims, and I have Barry Sanders now. But can you tell me? Do you think that my Lions are going to be good? And tell me the truth, because I'm a big Sue fan, but I didn't like how he didn't admit that he just stepped on the guy. I'd rather him be a nasty lineman and say, they don't pay me to be nice, I'm going to stay nasty, than to say I didn't do it or that's not what happened. So you know the game, you know sports, you know the mentality, are we too young? Do we think we too good? What's the outlook you think for my Lions team?
Early during the season, I knew they had a good football team, but I'm pretty sure you being the fan that you are late in the season, we played those guys, I think it was a few days before Christmas, and that was the time when, everybody knows the San Diego Chargers are hot. So we went into Detroit, and we had to win out to have the opportunity to go to the playoffs. And to be honest with you, Detroit, they put it on us real good. And that's when I knew firsthand these guys have a very good football team. So to ask what type of team will you have next year, it will be a damn good football team. I really see those guys not only competing for a playoff spot, but they're in position really to compete against Green Bay and win that division that they're in. That's how strong I feel about that team, because even though it was a young team, and people talk about Sue, this and that, whether he admitted it or not, he has learned from it. I spent a little time with him at one of these functions that we do after the season, and just talking to him, he has. But I think that the entire team will grow. Schwartz has done a great job, not only defensively, but putting Matt Stafford in position to where he was healthy the entire year, and him and Megatron hooking up, man. I mean, they did a good job.
One last question, brother, and thank you, man, so much for calling in. And this is a two-part question. One, how much longer are you gonna go? Two, when you finish, I know you're gonna put a suit on and talk about the game.
How much longer? I want to play for that ring, bro, and that's the reason why I'm still playing. To be able to. One of my closest friends yesterday, one of my best friends, Deion Grant, played with the Giants. He got a ring, so I'm waiting. I talked to him last night. He want us to do something when he gets back. So, but I play for that ring, man. It's just the passion I love I have for the game. So I don't know. As long as my body holds up, then I continue to play. And then number two, I really admire what you do when you on the set, TNT, everything else. So I think that'll be a good way for me to stay a part of the game, but at the same time stay away from the game and then spend time with my daughter.
And you just said to spend time with your daughter. That's what it's about. You know what, brother? Play till the wheels fall off, because once we stop, we can't go back. And just to be able to play and to do things at ages that the average football career is probably 4 years, and you've done 3-4 times that. Keep on doing it, and you're at a high level, brother. Hey, man, God bless you. Thank you for calling in our show, man. We appreciate you. TKO, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, Takeo, appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Good luck.
Having me on.
Good luck in every game, baby, except the Lions, baby. Good luck in every game. There we go. Love you, baby. Hey, y'all, thank you for that, Shanti.